hey, somebody's counting on you to get this information and then apply it. You don't know who, but someone in your family, someone very close to you is counting on you. They're counting on you. They're not here getting this information. They're not here trying to change their life. They're not here reading the books and getting on the podcast and doing all, they're not doing that stuff, but they're counting on you. They're counting on you to get better. They're counting on you to grow your capacity so you can handle what life has up ahead. You don't know what it is. You don't know when that time is going to come, but I promise you, someone is counting on you. They're counting on you to do the right things. And that's why these messages are important. That's why we have to reinforce these things, because it's very easy for us in our society to get a little lazy, to get a little distracted, to get a little down, to get a little depressed. Like that stuff is so easy. But what you don't know is 6 years from now, that person that's really close to you is counting on you to do all of this work so that you can handle the problems, the adversities, the challenges, whatever it is. They're counting on you to do it. And the more that we don't stay focused, the more that we allow life and the distractions and the noise to take us away from it, the less likely you are to be able to help them when they need it. That's why we do it. This is what it means to become the highest, grandest expression of yourself. It's because you're willing to do the work, knowing that down the line, people are counting on you to do this. That's E.T.'s story about his wife getting MS. And that's now his drive, his motivation. What's yours? What's yours? I know we got a ton of problems. I know we got a ton of adversities. I know we have all the challenges and all the things, but like, what's the reason that you're going to push past all that stuff? We just talked about it on Wednesday with Tony Robbins. We talked about the first step of getting on the path is knowing what you want and why you want it. That's the first step to making change. It's the first step before doing anything is, are you clear? Clarity equals power. Are you clear on what you want and why you want it? That's the step. And you got to start there. You got to understand why you're doing something. Otherwise, you have no reason to do it. You have no reason to do it. And that's too often in our society of what we see is people just don't have a reason to do it. But it can't be you. It can't be us, right? We're the people that continue to grow because we know that we're trying to get to our ideal life. We're trying to get to that life you don't need a break from. You're trying to get to that designing the life where you have everything exactly where you want it. Your finances, your health, your relationships, your experiences, your spiritual life, like everything, you have it where you want it. And the road is hard. But are you the type that just when the adversity comes, you just stop and then you stay there at that place and you slide backwards for another 2 months, 3 months, year, 2 years, 4 years, and then you get your breath back and then you head up the hill again and then you get smacked with some more adversity and then you slide right back down for another 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, a year? Or are you the one that keeps pushing through, that you know that it's hard, like you don't expect this to be easy? You know what you want is down the road and you're willing to continue to go. This is where your mental toughness comes in, ladies and gentlemen. This is where your emotional intelligence comes in. This is where you are growing and building the capacity. That's such a good word, like the capacity to handle. You can't handle the life you're asking for currently. God has to build the capacity in you in order to do that. And like anything, how do we build something? It's through breaking it. It's through pushing it. It's through putting it under stress. Just like when your body, when you go to work out, the reason why your muscles grow is because they're tearing. You're breaking them. You're putting them under stress so that they can grow, so that they can build capacity. That's the same thing in your life. Whatever is coming your way, whatever the troubles are, whatever the things, it's just building the capacity you need in order to handle the life you're asking for, in order for that person that you love to be able to count on you when their times get really hard. That's what you're doing it for. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, it says champions know why they are fighting. The why part is very important. You guys know this stuff. You've heard it before, but are you applying it? Do you really know why you're fighting? Do you really know why you're doing hard work? Because if you don't know why, you're not going to do it. Scripturally, it says where there's no vision, people perish, right? In another translation, it says, where there's no vision, people cast off restraint. Where there's no vision, people cast off restraint. That literally means if you don't know why you're doing it, it's very easy to not restrain yourself from doing anything. So that's why this part is important, y'all. This is part of how we get to the life that we want. It says here, average performers never fully tap into their own psyches, and as a result, they are unmotivated to dream big dreams. World-class performers know what they are willing to fight and even die for. This is a critical trait of the great ones. They draw from their motivation and willpower intrinsically, whereas the middle class waits for the motivational mood to strike. Professional performers invest a tremendous amount of time thinking about what makes them tick in an effort to uncover their deepest, most powerful motivators. When the going gets tough and the pain kicks in, average people back off from a goal or task. This is when the world class really begins to fight. When they begin to feel the physical or psychological pain, they go inside themselves and draw on their vast reserves of emotional power. When pain strikes, the subconscious mind asks the conscious mind, why must I suffer? The great ones know the answer is their vision. When their subconscious determines the vision is worth fighting and suffering for, their level of motivation soars. This is one of the major reasons there's such a chasm between amateurs and pros. The difference may be small at the start, but as the pain and suffering escalates, the performance gap becomes larger and larger to the point of a total mismatch. You don't pit amateurs against pros. It's like feeding a man to the lions. This part in here, it says, the great ones know that the answer to why must I suffer is your vision. Like when you're going through painful things, when you're going through tough things, when you're going through the physical or psychological hurdles of life, which are going to constantly be thrown at you for the rest of your life. Like it's never going to get easier. Jim Rohn always says, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Like it's not going to get easier. It's going to constantly throw it at you over and over and over again. So when your brain goes to work, your subconscious brain says, like, why are we suffering? If you know what your vision is, that becomes your answer. Oh, here's why we're suffering. Here's why I have to go through this pain. Oh, because I asked to be financially free. Oh, because I asked to build a legacy for my family. Oh, because I asked to, be able to support the people around me, because I asked to give back and be influential in the world, because I asked, to have, a big impact in my community. Oh, that's why I have to suffer. But if you don't know that answer, if you're not clear on the vision, your brain's going to constantly ask you, why are we doing this? Why are we fighting? Take a rest, sit down, get comfortable, settle in here. It's okay. You have enough money. You're fine. It's okay. Not everyone does well there. Like your brain goes to work doing these things against what you want. That's why your vision has to be so strong. That's why it has to be so clear. That's why you have to read it to yourself every day. It's not a one-time thing. It's something that needs to be has maintenance, right? You need to maintain this thing. That's why. And that's what gets you through. It says when the subconscious determines the vision is worth fighting for and suffering for, their level of motivation soars. You don't need external motivation. Y'all just heard E.T. He said, once I figured out, oh man, my wife has MS and she can't work and she needs to be in a warm climate. And I need to make sure she doesn't lose her eyesight and lose her ability to walk. Well, guess what? Now I know exactly what I'm fighting for. I know exactly what I'm suffering for. I'm gonna work more than I've ever worked in my life. His motivation soared because he knew what he was fighting for now. It's not just selfish things. Oh, I want to do this. No. Try to make sure this person lives. Do you know what you're willing to fight for? Do you know what you're willing to die for? That's outside of you. I know we always say we have, our internal things and things that we want to do in our lives, and absolutely. But normally you're fighting for things outside of you. You have all the resources, all the things you need inside to be able to do it, but normally you're fighting for another reason. We're likely to do more for other people than we do for ourselves. But that is why you're fighting. That's why you have early mornings and late nights. That's why you have those, right? Those tough periods of life where you're fighting yourself, where you're fighting your habits, where you're fighting your thoughts, where you're trying to figure out how you're going to make this thing happen. Like it's because you're fighting for something outside of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, like again, these are the small things that we have to do in order to get to that life. The reason why you're on these calls, the reason why we jump on and talk about this stuff is because we want more. You want more. You want better relationships. You want more in your health life. You want more in your financial life. You want more time. You want more peace. You want to be better in your spiritual life. Like you want more. But are we doing the basic things? Again, easier said than done. I'm never going to tell you this stuff is easy. I'm still growing. We're all still growing. I just been on this path for a decade. I just been doing this type of stuff for 10, 12 years. I've been talking to myself this way for a long time, been listening to stuff like this for a very long time. So I'm just a little further ahead, but it's all growth. It's all growth. My brain goes through the same things of, man, why am I going through this? Why do I have to suffer? Some of y'all, again, know this month of April, been on a health journey. Started off with a 4-day fast, bone broth only. Now I'm in a 21-day sugar detox, not eating any sugar. That means like no ketchup, no like sauces, not like none of the stuff, like all the hard things. It's getting sunny out. We want to be outside. We want to be eating. I'm not eating bread. I'm not eating potatoes. I'm not eating anything. Why? And I had this, idea like a couple days, like, why am I doing this? And then I remember, oh yeah, I want to be around to walk my daughter down the aisle. My daughter's 7. Like I've seen too many people go before that time happens. I got to be good for that. I got to be healthy for my family. I said I want to build a legacy. I said I want to be financially free. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen if I'm not healthy, if I can't enjoy the money, if I can't have the mobility to do the things I want to do. That's not going to happen. Oh, so that's why I'm sacrificing for this month. A month out of the years and years and years I want to be alive. A month. Okay, got it. Man, I don't really feel like working out in the morning. They got me on these burpees. They got me doing this stuff. I really don't feel like doing that. Why am I doing that? Oh yeah, I got to be healthy. Got it. Okay. Back to it. Back to the vision. Let me get this done. When my brain goes to why must I suffer? I already know why I'm doing something. When I don't do that, when I don't know why I'm doing it, I quit everything. I'm just like y'all. I'm human. If I don't know why I'm doing this, I don't do it. Don't make sense. Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that. It doesn't make sense. This is why it's so important to get your why down, to understand what you're fighting for, because otherwise you won't do it. That's just the way it goes. And if we want to go off and design our ideal life, we got to be better than that. This quote up here says one of the hallmarks of the great ones is their level of awareness as to what they are willing to fight for. They're willing to suffer and sacrifice to make their vision reality. The action step for today says make a list of the 10 reasons why you will do whatever it takes to breathe life into your vision. Whatever that vision is, whether that's a vision of your family, whether that's a vision of your spiritual life, whether that's a vision of your financial life, it doesn't matter. But write down today the 10 reasons why you'll do whatever it takes to breathe life into your vision. Review this list every single day, especially when the going gets tough, especially when your brain wants to go to work being like, why are we doing this? I don't feel like doing this. Especially that time. That's when you get a chance to lock in, y'all. This is how you get to your ideal life. These are the small shifts that we have to make in order to get to the life that we don't need a break from. And I know you guys can make it happen. I'm going to keep encouraging you down the path. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. The people around you deserve to win, but they are counting on you. It's not just going to happen. They're counting on you to do the work. And if you don't do the work, it likely won't happen. That's just the way it goes. There's so many people that stop doing the work at a certain point in time, and their life never manifests to the life that they said that they wanted. It happens all the time. They just settle in. It's not going to be us, but you got to go do the work. This weekend, do something that scares you. This weekend, push yourself out of the comfort zone. This weekend, face a fear. Write down your list. Get clear. Spend time with yourself. Do something different that's out of your normal routine so that you can get a different outcome and watch how your life changes, y'all. I love you guys. Go out. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys back here on Monday. Take care.